Hi Dominic,
Hi, Eva.
how are you feeling today?
Pretty good. A bit tired from a long day, but still fine
So
overall.
cool. So big day tomorrow. I know you're starting your dry fast. How long that's going to be?
Yeah, I will go for a 7 day dry fast and starting tomorrow with having my last day drinking liquids. And then, what is it then? From Sunday on, I will go dry.
Okay. So could you tell me a little bit about your story and how it all started and how did you even become interested in fasting and then dry fasting and whole thing?
Yeah, this is a kind of story because if somebody would telling me I ended up doing stuff like this, I would think he's crazy to think such things about me. I couldn't imagine doing stuff like this because I really much was enjoying cooking and eating and meet people and yeah, enjoy being together and having nice dinner and stuff. And yeah, but of course I was interested for long years in how to eat properly or doing his body a favor with eating good food. So the consciousness about this were there for years already. So, but then directly to the dry fasting stuff, yeah, I went in with friends. It was very spontaneous thing that I joined this breatharian initiation, as it was named. And I was not thinking about and was just wondering. And so I did it and I went through and it was amazing. And yeah, it opened up a totally new world of being.
So you mentioned
Yeah.
the word breatharian. Is that any different from dry fast, or is it the same?
Yeah, no, it's something different. If you talk about fasting, we always talk about fasting. And if you talk about breatharianism or being fed from light, then it's something different. And the body is not anymore in a state of fasting. So then the body is really nourished from prana, from the energy that is everywhere and around, and the energy that we are ourselves. So yeah, just it's just using another source of energy than using the source of food.
So do I understand it right that dry fasting means that you're not going to consume any energy?
Yeah, no, I of course somehow will consume or generate energy, but I don't will take it as human beings usually do with eat and with food and drink. So I just will be 7 days without anything going through my mouth inside my stomach.
And that includes water.
Yes,
So 7 days without food, 7 days without water.
yes.
Okay, is it safe?
Yeah, if you know what you are doing and if you prepared and you know the yeah, how to handle these days. Um, it's safe. Of course, you should have healthy organs, not anything else already sick there or ill, or how to say. This is, of course, the first thing you should be aware of. And then, like always, working with yourself and your body, really just being clear what you're doing and not doing it out of stupid ideas or what else. So, yeah, I mean, everybody can go for it, but I don't recommend it. Just do it. That people should do it out of nothing and without enough preparation and being deep enough in the topic. It's very important to me to having said this.
Okay, so a few things comes to mind. You said about the preparation, and you also said about the right reasons for doing it. Could you say a little bit more about how to prepare for it? And I know that you're doing this dry fast just on your own, but previous ones, I think you've had some company. So, would you say that it's safer to start doing it with someone else to start with?
It depends. Not, I wouldn't say the one or the other is it's more safe. It depends on your personality and how you do stuff like this and how you handle it for yourself. But of course, it will be a very good idea to have a personal caretaker for this time. Even this person is maybe not physical there, but somebody that you could always call, always bring something you need, you forgot at this place where you are to do it, or something like this. And yeah, of course, it can help to have companions to go through and to share the experience. And at the same time, it's as well very nice to have the whole time for yourself, to really work with yourself in this time, to go through a lot of emotional stuff that is coming up whilst doing a dry fast, because this stuff is physical stored in the body. So, and we really lose a huge part throughout this time. So it's as well a very good time working on self-development and let go all stuff and this, and therefore it's as well nice to have time for yourself. So yeah.
Okay, and talk a little bit about the preparation. How did you prepare for this dry fast that you're doing now?
Yeah. Yeah, me personally, I am not that prepared as I could be. And I don't recommend this as well to anybody who does this the first time. I mean, if you're already experienced, I think you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I didn't eat very much the last few weeks. And if I ate, so I ate maybe soups or self-cooked greens and stuff, or fruits, nothing too heavy, or yeah, just vegan or at least vegetarian. So just watching a bit what I ate and not too much. And yeah, the last 2 days I was enjoying food, because this little, how we say in English, this little bindings or some came up and said, yeah, let's have some fun at food before you stop eating for a few weeks or even months. And I was, okay, then let's have a party and enjoy this last few meals. So, but this is not very the best preparation because your body, it's easier for your body if you go with already clean intestines. And therefore I was doing this very afternoon colon hydro therapy, sitting, so having cleansed my intestines, and so makes me feeling more comfortable to start in this week.
When was your last meal?
My last meal, this was really yesterday evening. Yeah. I mean, today I had some orange and these smaller ones. I don't know the name in English.
Mm-hmm. Little oranges.
Little oranges. Yes. Yeah, but it's almost true. So tomorrow I will have maybe as well a little juice and water, and then I'm done at 9 o'clock in the evening. I will drink my last sip of water, and then the journey begins.
Okay, so you've done this a few times before. How many dry fasts you've done so far?
Yeah, let me count. Yeah, at least 6 or 7 dry fasts for 4 to 6 days. Yeah, so I'm really used to do it, and therefore I'm looking forward to do it for 7 days. It will be very nice, and we'll see what this brings to the body. I mean, the 7-day dry fast I do, especially, I mean, this is not really the reason why I'm doing it, but as long I do it either 4 days, so I can go for 7 days as well. And I just read a book about if you do a 7-day dry fast, it will activate your adult stem cells. And if you will do so once a year, a 7-day dry fast, you should be able, or it's scientifically proved, that you then can expand your lifetime for 25 years, 20 to 25 years, because then your amount of cell splitting really expands. So means gives you more ages of lifetime.
But you said it's not the reason why you're doing it. So what is your reason for doing this dry fast this time?
Okay, the reason this time to doing it is to go back in this very lifestyle of not eating, because I want to be authentic when I start working with people, as I do right now, to help them with food issues, eating habits, and guide them through their own way, and as well fasting in view of, in connection with spiritual development. So support people there, and I really like to do this, preferring initiations to hold space for other people so that they can have this experience as well. So, and therefore, this year I will do one in autumn, I think it will happen. It's not already exactly clear, but that's why I'm doing it just as a restart for myself. And I'm really looking forward to being back in this lifestyle of lightness and joyfulness and being not anymore that much catched from boundaries. Yeah, because this food thing, if you are the boundaries of food that loose, that they are then, it's all these other boundaries you being catched or loosen up as well. So
You mentioned Breatharian initiation. Could you say what that is?
yeah, it just means making you able to live without must eating food. You can eat food, of course, just to enjoy and yeah, whatever, to enjoy life and your body just let it go through without doing harm to you if you do it really as a once in a time. And it needs not really that much to kickstart this other energy system, but it has to do with consciousness and knowing about and being able to think for yourself if it's at least possible to do so. And yeah, if your mind is holding back and saying, no, that's not gonna work, yeah, you are probably not at the point you should try to do so, because then it's really a risk that your body rejects to do, and maybe you will go through with your just willpower and then you harm your body. There are already people, they are died because they are doing it on their own and not knowing what they really was doing, and they died.
So there is important thing you said here about being prepared, but also doing it um, within the calling, not just forcing it onto yourself or treating it as a challenge that you need to achieve.
yeah, if you now talk about breatharianism, definitely yes, this is something it calls you or it comes to you in your life and you're ready or not. And with fasting things, it's yeah, it's something different. I mean, fasting can be really helpful for healing as well, for yeah, for a lot of different um, stuff, to not go in details.
So what is the difference between Breatharianism and dry fast?
Dry fasting is a tool to start or to jump in the world of being nourished by prana or air and being breatharianism or being a breatharian, because it helps really to kickstart this other energy system, because your body does stuff if you go into this starvation mode that the body would never do otherwise. And if we let our system down here under the belly button work, it's astonishing what it can do. It's really the energy center and it has its own brain. But if we always fill it up with food and it's never finished with digest because it's way too much that we put in, if we just eat like the average being in Europe, or yeah, then the system is not really able to do what it really could if we let it.
You said that the energy is taken from the air, or from where else is the energy being taken from? How we nourish ourselves during this breatharian lifestyle, if it's not coming from food, then?
At the end, it's about frequency. All is energy, and if you tune into the right frequency, yeah, and we are energy by ourselves. So it's all about being aware and conscious and being master over your mind, because yeah, our mind and thoughts are building reality, your own, my own reality, and therefore, so if I always with my mind in a state of, yeah, I'm just being nourished, I am light, and I am pure energy, so then I am, if I really practice this. And if you have a clean body, then your body is able to be like this, or being fed otherwise than through food. And that's why it's really helpful to have this dry fast as kickstart. You could go into breatharianism without dry fasting, so, but it would take a bit, or maybe longer than a bit of time than as you would do with dry fast.
But in a conventional world, we believe that we need food for growth, for good work of our brain, of our cells, of recovery, for everything. How would you say to someone who believes that the food is the energy, and how would you describe to them that the source of energy can come from somewhere else, not from food, and that they're not going to destroy their body if they're not going to consume food?
Yeah, I don't really would tell them anything else, because it's not up to me to change their way of thinking. This time of dry fast is still some time. It's a process where the system kicks in, so therefore it's still a fasting process, and a lot of stuff is going on in the body. But if you are true and you are able to manage to being nourished from other sources than food, then yeah, there are as well different possibilities to get nourished. There is sunlight. You can be nourished from sunlight directly, and it's nothing else other if we eat food. It's what we take as energy out of food is the energy from the sunlight that we just reorganize out of food. So it's really somehow lost energy and lost time to playing this food game. If you can do so directly to absorb sunlight and use the energy, this is one possibility through just being at the sun, or doing sun gazing whilst sunrise and sundown, or throughout the day if you're used to do so. And of course, the life force itself on planet Earth is really the air, the breath. So you can do consciously breath exercises or meditations about. And of course, meditation, it's a big point. If you're going into meditation and think about you are light, I mean the light of source, and not the light of sun. Then when you are this light, or when you're thinking about yourself as this very toroidal field that you are, this whole bunch of energy your body are, and every cell in your body, it's already a lot of energy you can use as well. So there are really different opportunities to get energy or to set energy free.
So what's going to happen after your 7 days dry fast? How are you going to proceed with your life? Are you going to consume food or not anymore?
I don't know. I just go with the flow, and there are no dogmas. Even if I'm able to go without food, I don't know if I will be very strictly about, but my plan, as I said, it's really going the next 3 months without solid food. And yeah, I think this is not really a problem for me to do. I already know how to. But it will, of course, being interested how it feels doing it again after 2 years now, eating almost daily. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this other experience. And then we'll see if I'm really catched on it and happy with this lifestyle. And when I'm thinking back to this 18 months, yeah, why not staying there for a bit longer? Because I really appreciated the, the positive changes and state of being I was in. Yeah, this stuff was really mind blowing and very, very, very nice feeling to live in.
Could you say a little bit more of what did you experience?
That's the point where it starts to not having enough words to go in totally. But it's just one huge point. It's being more aware about everything throughout the day. It's not like being all the time catched from outside and your own thoughts, and just being maybe a few moments a day, or when you do meditation in your meditations, able to get into the state, you are in this state almost the whole day. So therefore, this changes a lot of interaction or the outcome of interaction in your life if you are totally more aware what's going on and how you react, or better not react, or how being triggered and having the opportunity or the possibility to have this distance and being objective about, and not just react because of being triggered. So there is a lot of different things happening in life and changing therefore, and this is what I really like to have in my life, always new experiences, and try to stay being open for new ideas, new situations, and not being catched by my own thoughts, and being always ready to think stuff new or looking at it from another perspective. And yeah.
So last time, how long you managed to do without solid foods?
Yeah, I was going for 6 weeks before I ate something that I had to chew with my teeth and cheek.
And why did you decide to do that? Was it a point when you felt hunger or you missed the taste of food, or what was it?
That's a good question. And when I think about I have to laugh because it was really not nothing else about it had directly to do with food. It was just about an emotional thing that came up, and I was not able, yeah, not really able to handle it or to be the more huge container to hold this stuff. So, and that's why then I decided, okay, now let's have a meal just to calm down and feed this emotional thing with food. It was really concrete situation. We went home from France with the car for 4 hours in the car, and it was some silly, stupid discussion about nothing and for nothing between my girlfriend and me. It was totally stupid and yeah, very funny. So yeah, so I went into having a meal and I really enjoyed it. But as well, I enjoyed it afterwards to stay again without food and only have it as a excitement whilst socializing with people, yeah, or having a cooking session or something like this. And then sometimes I try what I cooked, but not eating in this kind of we think about.
So it was 6 weeks you had your meal and then again break from solid foods, or did you continue eating?
Yeah, no, then I continued to have solid food, but maybe, yeah, as I said, maybe once or twice or 3 times a week, but not more often. So then there were these days, maybe it was Saturday, and we were with friends, and so I decided to eat something, a soup or salad or just a little of whatever it was there. So I didn't went into, oh, I don't eat this, I don't eat that. I just still ate what comes on the plate, but not that much. And then the next day I just drink water or juice, and I always had a 40-hour day of dry fast each 7 days, each week, just to have a reset. And whilst this time, this 18 months, I never had food before, food or drink or water before 12 o'clock at lunchtime and evening 9 o'clock. That helps really much. Keep going your own energy system, that you don't put too much stuff inside. Has to do with.
So wait, 18 months was like living as a breatharian. Is it already called breatharian if you live like that and you only
Yeah.
occasionally consume food?
Yes.
And during this 18 months, you also had the periods when you've done the dry fast for
Yeah.
the maximum of how many days?
Yeah. For 5 days, the maximum. At the last one I did was already 6 days, but this was whilst giving having done a breatharian initiation workshop. So yeah, this was my last, and it was the longest until now.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. 18 months living like that. And now you're going to do your longest dry fast, which is 7 days. Are you scared of anything?
No,
No.
not at all, nothing. I couldn't imagine what I should be scared about.
And do you remember your first dry fast when you only just started? And do you remember any challenges or any fears? Hunger, do you remember? How does that feel like?
Yeah, I never had fear in this first, yeah, and afterwards as well, not. But of course, the first 2 days without water, they were somehow not pretty much challenging on a mind level. Because there we were 3 friends doing it together. And of course, this was helpful. And we just talked about what we felt, how we felt, but at the end it was very easy. We all felt it's not that big challenge that we would think it would be if you think about doing it. Yeah. And yeah, there were times that during the day I was weak, I don't had energy to walk, just chilling at home or sitting, lying in the chair at the sun and enjoying the sun. But there were times we went out to have a walk for an hour, 1.5, and no huge challenges. The, I mean, at least it's a challenge with yourself. If you have these really weak times during the day, these are the points where it depends how you are able or used to go through such states in your life. And if you are a person that is maybe more resilient to stuff like this, it's much easier for them to go through than for others, I can imagine.
So there is no feeling of hunger or being thirsty during it?
It's maybe in the beginning when you start more when you're still drinking water before, because it's still your biome there and all this bacteria and stuff in the organs that they are creating this feeling of hunger. But it's, if you think about it, it's not really hunger, it's just this living stuff there who tells you or your body, hey, give me some more sugar or whatever, carbohydrates, whatever, proteins, whatever they like to eat. It's just them crying, give me more, but it's not really hunger. So therefore, if you went through this 1 or 2 or 3 times of feeling this, afterwards it's over. It will not show up again. So, and therefore not, no, it's not really feeling of hunger compared to if you do a somehow normal fast with juices or whatever. There are a lot of possibilities out there how you can do a fast, but this really tells your intestines again to start working because it's coming something, but then you don't give them very much to do. And of course, then you're feeling hungry. But if you don't put in anything, so your system is really happy with it.
And what about the dry feeling in your mouth? I can't imagine it's easy when you have no water and then it must be really dry.
Okay, I did all these dry fasts I did were with washing my mouth. This is totally allowed or not a problem if it comes to the point to kickstart your energy center during this preferred initiation. But in this case, I do now, it's really important to not have any drop of water in your mouth through your, this Schleimhäute, the skin in your mouth. It takes a lot of stuff in, yes. And because if you do so, then this process from autophagia will not start. And the 7-day dry fast is about activating adult stem cells. And so if I want to achieve this, I really have to do it very dry. But I'm still allowed to take a shower or baths or going in the steam bath as well. And yeah, going outside, walking bare feet and walking in the night with only t-shirt out of linen or hemp, even if it's winter, because of, you take in then humidity through the air, through the skin, and being as well loaded from Mother Earth through the feet when you go bare feet. So okay, what was the question? So you already asked the question about, tell me again now.
I asked about the reaction from family and friends.
Okay. Good, I'm ready. I start to talk if you give me the sign.
Do we repeat the question again? No.
No.
Okay, go.
Okay, direction of my family. First, they were pretty easy. Of course, my mom and all of them was questioning why you should live without food, and that this sounds a bit weird and going too far. And but because they already knew me, that they don't have any chance to change my mind about, there were not much there was not much discussions about many discussions about this topic. And still it was always telling them to not eat if we met as family. And then it comes to dinner time, it's always, oh yeah, and you eat as well, or you don't, or what is it? But yeah, you should. And it's always, no, I don't, I do this thing. And yes, it's sometimes really boring just to repeat all the time to all the people, not needing or wanting having to eat. And it's the same with friends. So it's this normal for them, that they are not thinking about you or not eating, even if you told them 100 times already. So no blame on anybody here.
And how are you finding yourself in social situations when you have to refuse food? Is there a tempting feeling of wanting to eat, but then you just stop yourself? Or do you have to internally fight with the feeling of craving something?
Sometimes it's tempting, but the feeling of craving is not there at all. But sometimes it's really tempting, and it's yeah, to just say with the will no for in this moment that this little special events to take food then for excitement. If you do this too often, there's no point of it. So then you start eating every day very rapidly again. But most of the time, it's not even tempting you because often if the food is not, I mean, you get really sensitive in smelling and tasting and in your body feedback. If you put food in, you get instantly reaction of if the body likes or not. And so often enough, the food you smell or see is not that you really want to have this, even if it was something that I really liked before. Yeah. This is very interesting that this shift, that you really get sensitive again, to have this natural knowingness of what is good for you and what not.
So your senses are being sharpened after this dry fast, more sensitive and more sharp.
Yes,
Mm.
this is one of these huge, nice outcomes of doing stuff like this. Yeah, it's really enjoyable and makes the life more alive. So to
More
say,
tasty.
yes, more colorful and more rich.
So what are your plans during the dry fast that you come into do tomorrow for 7 days? What are your plans? How are you going to entertain yourself? If not eating and drinking, then what you're going to do?
I don't have concrete plans what I'm gonna do. For sure, I have ideas, and, but I often do maybe 20% of this stuff that I have in mind that I could or would do. So it's a lot of being out in the nature, taking walks, just sitting out there doing meditation or just listen to what is, and yeah, just be and being aware to taking in prana all the time and being thankful for being nourished. And this stuff always helps. I mean, this is something I will do throughout the whole day because it's really much about this, about your thinking. And yeah, maybe I will watch one or the other movie. I don't often take time for this. And reading, of course, it's a lot to read, a lot of stuff I really would like to go through. And of course, I like to write about my experiences and maybe what I want to achieve in the coming year and stuff like this. And maybe create a bit of my future, making visions and pictures about doing a special style of qigong helps to sustain this energy system. It's named Falun Gong or Falun Dafa. um, I think I will do some breath exercises, meditations, and if my body allows it and it's not too weak, I will do some little exercises for my muscles as well, to keeping them going and not let them shrink. So yeah, and of course I will go in the spa. It's not near from my place. I'm there then. It's a very nice spa, so I can go to steam bath, enjoy a bit of relaxation there.
Okay, Dominic, thank you very much for introducing all of the ideas, and I wish you all the best tomorrow. Is there anything that you want to say to people who listen to it?
Yeah, first, thank you very much for doing this interview with me and asking all of this bunch of questions. And yeah, I want to say to people, just enjoy life and nothing else to do.
Okay, thank you. We will. You enjoy your life and your experience as well.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.